My friends, welcome back. I hope you're all doing very well. As we all know, the weather in the UK for the past month or so has been absolutely catastrophic. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to do any riding. As mountain bikers, we love gear. We're always on about the next greatest thing and who's got what. I thought it was about time that I take you through absolutely everything I take with me when I ride and document the best mountain bike trails in the UK. Now, I'm a big fan of gear that makes your life easier, and this is where the Rock Bros suction cup mounting system comes into play. I've got a little Ford Fiesta hatchback, and the only other way that I can think of mounting a bike to the car is to use a sort of, one of those systems that comes off the boot. That causes a bit of a problem because it blocks up your lights and your number plate and stuff. This solves that issue completely. This is such a simple mounting system to use. So the way I put this on, and the way I put it on every time, is I just put the front part on like this, line it up so it's nice and square, and then you just pump each suction unit until it creates a vacuum. There you go. That's not coming off. Then you've got to take the front wheel off, just like that, and then it's just a case of popping it on there, getting it all lined up, putting the axle back through. Then you get the rear suction cup that comes with this strap. Put the wheel into the groove, make sure everything's nicely lined up. You do the strap up, put all of these little protectors in the boot, and away you go. The other thing you can do to protect your forks from any washer fluid that you might use or any debris that's coming off the road is buy these sort of pipe insulation units off of Amazon and sort of cut them to size, pop them round there, that one's on, and then what I do is I just secure them with Velcro, and then that means that your fork's protected, you're not going to get any scratches on it, just a little bit of peace of mind. The next piece of gear that I take on every single ride is this toolkit I got from B&M. I think it was probably about £20. It does exactly what I need it to do. In this top little shelf, I've got my oily rags, all my Allen keys, chain link tools, shock pumps. I've even got a little spoon for some reason. And then the rest of it, you can just fill it up with tyre sealants, brake cleaners, lubes, chain cleaners. I've even got rim tape in there. Anything you want, you can stick it in there, and that just lives in the back of my car. Another little gizmo that I take everywhere with me that I've owned for so many years is this little lock for your car. You can put your keys in, lock it around the handle. I'm sure you all know what this is. It's just great if you don't want to ride without a backpack and you don't want your keys in your pocket. So this is a perfect solution for that. Stick it under your car, stick it wherever you want. You can come back, unlock your car. I'd highly, highly recommend one of these. I feel like as mountain bikers, we are obsessed with backpacks and how much we can store in them, how versatile they are. I personally have never been that obsessed with backpacks. I think they're just something to shove on your back that you can carry a couple of tools in, your sandwich, your drink, etc. This is mine. So I bought this one off Jeff. It's not the most versatile. It's definitely not the most fashionable. I mean, it's got reflective straps on it, but it does everything I need it to do. It's got the usual chest strap configuration and also the waist configuration that I'll talk about a little bit later on because it becomes very useful when securing my camera to my chest. So this is the water bladder that came with the bag. I've never ever put it in the bag. I think it's too heavy when it's filled up. This is 3 litres of water you can carry in this thing. So what I do with it is I stick it in my boot. I use this almost as a water storing facility. I just use it to top up water bottles. That's all I use it for. I don't take it with me out on the trail. Although when I do top up my water bottle, I make sure to put these electrolyte tablets in them just to keep myself nice and hydrated. Moving on to the riding gear I take with me, it's very, very simple. I've got 2 pairs of shorts. These ones I actually got from a mountain bike and UK magazine. I think absolutely years ago. I couldn't tell you when. I'm still using those. These are my second pair. These are from Decathlon. I think these are about £15. They have on the inside of them stitched in the padding for your ass, which is always nice. Although, to be honest, it kind of feels like you're wearing a bit of a nappy, so I wouldn't really recommend those. I've got these Fox riding trousers. These are fantastic. They've got a nice woolly sort of lining in them, but strangely enough, they actually make you feel cool when it's hot and warm when it's cold. My coat is actually from TikTok shop. If you use TikTok quite regularly, you might have actually seen that pop up on your, whatever it's called, your feed. I did, and I bought one. I think it was about 16, 18 pounds, whatever it was, dirt cheap. And it is completely waterproof. I mean, you put water on it and it just runs off. That's why I bought it. Keeps you nice and dry, that's the main thing. So this is the only riding jersey that I own. It's a Yeti Talk riding jersey. It's fairly expensive, but you've got to keep your core warm when you're out on the trails, especially during winter. This jersey does exactly that. Again, it's a bit like my riding trousers. It seems to keep you warm when it's cold and cool when it's warm. I don't know how it works. Do I care? No, it's fantastic. I think a lot of riders will agree with me that when you're out on the trails, your kit and your bike needs to match. You know, I can't have a grey bike and pink clothing. It just would never work for me. Everything's black, everything's very sort of monochrome in terms of colour. It might just be me, I don't think it is, but that's just how I like to do things. Moving on to head protection and eyewear, this is my current setup. This, I mean, I actually could not tell you what this helmet is. My main helmet was absolutely mangled from my crash at Warncliffe, so I've been riding with this for the last couple of months. I would not advise it. If I remember correctly, I bought this off Jeff years ago. It probably wasn't anything over £50. It hasn't got MIPS, it hasn't got any sort of real protection. Is it a bit silly of me to go riding with this thing? Yes, but I just haven't got around to buying a proper good helmet again. Good eyewear is also a must for me. These are, well, I believe they're actually from China. I can't remember exactly where I bought them from, but you can get these types of glasses anywhere. These are photochromic glasses, so the lens darkens, as you can see, it's probably doing it now actually, when the UV rays from the sun hit it. I find this really useful when riding because you're always going through dark and light areas, but you want that constant eye protection. These effectively act a bit like sunglasses and then clear glasses when the sun's not out. They work really, really well. And as you can see, that's actually changed fairly quickly. These were £45 from a website that I accidentally stumbled upon, and I'll try and find that website and link it down in the description because I know certain companies do make photochromic glasses, but they're just ridiculously expensive. These were £45 and do exactly the same thing. Footwear is arguably very important when mountain biking. These were about £35, I think, from Decathlon. Super cheap, but I tell you what, not one bit of these shoes are falling apart. They've still got all the tread on them. All the seams are intact. For that kind of price, you can't complain. I ride with flats on, and I've had these for about a year, and there's still so much tread left on these shoes. What's there not to love? For riding socks, I wear any old riding socks you could wear any day of the week. I have before ridden with waterproof socks during winter. They do keep my feet dry, but I just feel like my feet get so hot and sweaty and itchy. These keep my feet ventilated, and I actually don't mind having wet feet, so I just wear normal socks. Out of all the gear that I take with me, if I forgot one or two little bits, it wouldn't really matter. If I forgot this metal box and this camera, none of this would be possible. I take this metal camera case everywhere I go. This is where I store all of my camera equipment. It's a bit of a mess, but it's an organized chaos. I know where everything is. I've got phone tripod mounts. I've got my DJI mic mini case. I've got some extra GoPro wind muffs. Got spare max lens mod lenses, a little handheld tripod, various different GoPro mounts, charging cables for every camera, more tripod mounts, 3 SD cards, a Bluetooth remote control for my main camera, more SD cards, a micro SD / normal SD to USB converter, GoPro screws, more GoPro mounts, and then just a Rode microphone case. And then of course I have this. This is the GoPro Hero 12 Black with the Max Lens Mod 2.0 attached to it. I also have this Rode lav mic that I clip into the media mod so that I can get crystal clear audio from the trail and of my voice. I'm using a third-party chest mount for the GoPro. I have previously had the official GoPro chesty. That was about £40. This one was about 10. It does exactly the same thing. In fact, I actually think this one's better. It's tighter on my chest. It doesn't wobble around as much. To ensure that I get the exact same angle every time, I've etched these little markings in to the legs of the GoPro that I just line up with the mount, screw it on every time it's the same angle. The settings I run on the GoPro are 4K at 30 frames per second, 5.5K locked white balance. I've got horizon lock on, which effectively means if I'm going around a berm, let's say, and I'm angling at this degree or this degree or this degree, the image from the camera will remain completely level, which makes for some great footage. and I only shoot in the wide field of view. I feel like super view or mega view or ultra view, whatever they call it, is just too flat. It's too wide. You don't get that immersion of the video. You don't get that feeling, oh, this is this steep and, you know, I'm going down this steep descent. A wide field of view is wide enough for me. I'll just demonstrate why this backpack does exactly what I need it to do. So let's say I'm going over some rough terrain. The GoPro will actually have this sort of jigging motion as I'm riding along. The stabilization's great, but I just want to eliminate it completely. So this waist strap I use to lock that GoPro into place. That solves all the problems. I'll be honest, if this was actually meant as a waist strap, it's about 10 or so inches above my waist. So I'm not entirely sure on the design of this backpack, but it does exactly what I need it to do. I have no complaints. And the other benefit is, with all these straps on me, I can still breathe. So that's that. That's all the gear that I take with me when I go and ride and document the best mountain bike trails in the UK. It's all very simple and it's all fairly inexpensive. You don't have to have the best gear in the world to have the greatest time on the trails. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, the weather will improve and I will be able to get out and ride. Thanks for coming along. Take care.